Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today we want to look a little into WordPress and how it works, at the terms of backend and frontend, look at a small example on how the data and templates work, and address the occasional bad reputation of WordPress. This tutorial is so you understand the needed terms and a little theory to follow along with this series. So get yourself something nice to drink, lean back and relax a little while watching this video. And with that, let's dive right in. So in general, what is WordPress? WordPress is a content management system, in short, a CMS, that simplifies the process of creating and managing websites. To understand this a little, we need a little theory, and we'll look at my very simplified version of how this works from a design point of view. When you click on a link or visit a website that uses WordPress, you send a request. This request is managed by WordPress, which searches for the required template for this page. WordPress then checks what data is required for this template. It goes into the database and retrieves the needed information, fills the template with it, and displays the desired page. In reality, a lot more is happening, but for this whole process, we are simply focusing on designing these templates and creating ways that the client can add data easily. And please remember that templates can also have parts in themselves, but more on that in a future tutorial. To understand this better, first we will check out the terms of frontend and backend. This is quite a simple one. When going to your website, that is the frontend. It simply refers to the page of a website that visitors interact with directly. The backend is where we as administrators or the other WordPress users manage the site's settings, content, and functionality. To get there, we need to log into our website. We can do this by typing a /login directly behind our domain. After logging into your website, you will be redirected to the dashboard, and this is the backend. In the logged in state, we can simply switch between these two states by going to the upper left corner and clicking on our website name. Okay, now that that's cleared up, we can go back to the topic. So let's check out just a little on how templates and the used data is managed in WordPress. For that, we look into this from the default WordPress theme 2024 and look at the sample page. To do this, we go into our backend and select the Pages menu. Here, we select the sample page and open it in a new tab to get an overview of how it looks side by side. As we can already see, there's a clear difference because on the front end, we can see additional information. Our website name and the sample page name are not seen in our backend. And if we scroll down a little, we can also see the footer content. But why aren't we editing the full page? Here in the right tab, we can see that this page is using the Pages template. What that means is that the content that we are creating over here is actually only one part that will be displayed in the Pages template. When we look at this example over here, it might be a little easier to grasp. Our Pages template does not only display the content that is created through a page, it also has content that is from a header and footer part. So what we are actually editing is only our page content. This is a small hint on how additional information can be added to pages that you created. But more about templates, their parts, and the data paths in a later tutorial. Now let's take a look at what all the fuss around WordPress is about. Since its release in 2003, WordPress has grown astonishingly. By the release of this video, over 40% of all websites on the internet are powered by WordPress. So, why do we sometimes hear that it has a bad reputation? Well, in my opinion, it boils down to not knowing the basics on how a website works and how to use WordPress. And that applies to really everything in life. If you don't know how to use something, you might achieve a result, but it might not be an optimized one. If you don't know what you are doing in WordPress, it is quite easy to create a bloated, unsecure, and hard to maintain website. So, to go through this list, WordPress offers a wide range of functionality and options, but can be at times quite limited, especially if you would like to go into the nitty and gritty things. For that, we can expand this functionality through a wide range of themes and plugins. But with that, we heavily rely on the third-party services that provide these functionalities. Additionally, with extending the capabilities of WordPress sites, it can also introduce compatibility issues, security vulnerabilities, and a performance overhead, if not properly maintained or checked. And with that, we come to the security concerns. WordPress is a popular platform, which unfortunately also makes it a common target for hackers. With all this, there's also the possibility of bloat. So over time, WordPress sites can accumulate unnecessary code, database entries, and files, which can negatively impact performance and make it harder to maintain the site in the long run. On top of all that comes the maintenance aspect, which includes updates to the core software, themes, and plugins, which can again lead to security and compatibility issues. It's important to emphasize that these issues are not exclusive to WordPress and can be reduced with a proper setup, maintenance, and expertise. And that brings us back to the point that a certain amount of knowledge is required. And that's exactly what this series will teach you: the knowledge to create a clean WordPress site. And that's all for today. This video should have given you a short introduction and a little theory on WordPress. I'm quite excited about this series, since this is my first time making videos for YouTube. Also remember that this series is heavily based on my opinion and knowledge. There are many ways how this can be done, and I'm only representing one of them. If you find any errors, know a better way on how to do this, or have an idea what you would like to see next, please let me know in the comments. And if you found this video in any way helpful, please leave a like and subscribe if you would like to keep up to date. It would give me great feedback and motivation for upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.